Most people think success is all about moving forward. But what if I told you that sometimes the smartest move isn't forward at all? There are only three moves in life. You can move forward, you can move backwards, or you can stand still. It sounds very simple, right? But here's the thing. Most people don't even realize which move they are making right now in their life. Think about a chess grandmaster. What separates them from an amateur isn't just the ability to attack, it's the ability to step back, to pause, to wait for the right moment to strike. And that's what we're going to break down in today's video. Step one, moving forward. Now, this is what we are all taught to chase. Progress, growth, achievement, advancement, promotion, victories. The highlight reels that we see on social media. And yes, don't get me wrong, forward movement is crucial. I have talked about this on my channel. It's how we grow. It is how we achieve things in life. It's how we transform. But what nobody talks about, forward isn't always forward. Have you ever seen someone sprinting in the wrong direction? They're moving forward with all their might and strength, but they're getting further and further away from where they are supposed to be. Forward is not always forward. That's false forward movement. That's motion without meaning, and it happens to so many of us in life because we don't stop and think about it. Move number two, moving backwards. Now, society has given backwards such a bad reputation. We see it as an insult, don't move backwards. But you know what? The truth is this, sometimes stepping back is the only way to move forward. If you think about a rubber band, before it launches forward, what does it do first? It pulls back. Think about an archer before they fire an arrow. It's exactly the same thing. Think about a boxer before they throw a punch. Pulling back isn't failure, it's preparation. I love football, so I'm going to use a football analogy here. I'm going to take you to TUCHEL, who is the new England international manager. Now, I'm an Arsenal fan, not a Chelsea fan, but he actually serves as a great example of what it looks like to pull backwards. See, at 25, he was a professional footballer. He was moving forward, he was living his dream, and then just like that, a devastating knee injury forced him to step back. Now, most people will see this as a failure, as a regression. Now, how do you go from playing in stadiums to working at a bar in Stuttgart whilst studying economics? Because this is what his life became. But during those nights cleaning the bar at 3 a.m., something powerful was happening. See, he wasn't just serving drinks. He was learning to connect with people. He was learning to read them. He was learning to lead them. And that step back became the foundation for his leap forward. Now, today, the former Chelsea and Bayern Munich coach isn't just known for his tactical brilliance. He's known for his ability to build strong, trust-driven teams. His greatest skill wasn't developed on the pitch. It was developed behind the bar, behind the setback. That's why I'm saying the setback isn't as bad as we might always think. It's just been given a bad rep. Now, move number three, standing still. Now, this is the most interesting move of all because I believe that most people are standing still, but they just don't realize it. They're busy, they're exhausted, they are hustling every day, which is what we're being told to do. But despite all that effort, they're not actually getting anywhere. Think about a hamster wheel. Constant motion, relentless effort, but no real progress. You're working long hours. Are you really advancing in your career? You're juggling 1,000 tasks, or are any of them truly meaningful? You're filling your days with business. Are you really making intentional progress towards the life that you actually want? These are some deep questions, but they're so important because all that business is doing is giving you the illusion of productivity. Movement without purpose is just glorified stagnation. Think about a drowning person. They're flailing around, they're kicking, they're splashing. There's movement, but is it getting them to the shore? No. Are they likely to survive? No. A lot of people live this way. They mistake activity for advancement, but motion without direction is just another way of standing still. Now again, there is a strategic power to stillness. Stillness is not always bad. In fact, sometimes it's exactly what we need to do. And the pause allows us to be able to recalibrate. And the silence allows us to hear our own voice, our thoughts. In these moments of clarity, should I say, it helps us to know where we actually need to go. Think about the pandemic. It was such a sad time where so many people lost their lives. But it was also a time where a lot of people were forced to stand still. And there was so much clarity gained when people came out on the other side. That's why you saw so many people moving their jobs, because they realized that they were in dead end spaces and places, but they were in that busy cycle, they were in that hamster wheel, they were never forced to think about it. Think about Usain Bolt. He's the fastest man in history, but between his explosive sprints, what does he do? He just slows down. He rests, he recovers. Without intentional stillness, sustained peak performance is impossible. But there's a difference between being stuck and standing still. Standing still is about those moments of clarity that shows where we should actually go. Standing still should also be a choice, not a default. These are some key differences that allow you to know if you're stuck or if you are standing still. See, most people aren't choosing to stand still. They're stuck. They're trapped in routines. They are overwhelmed by obligations. They are paralyzed by the fear of the unknown. But true stillness is intentional. It's a strategic pause before the next move. It's a conscious decision to reflect, realign, and regain control. So ask yourself, am I standing still because I'm lost or because I'm preparing for something greater? Am I stuck in a place or am I choosing to pause with the moment? Because here is the truth. If you don't choose your stillness, life will choose it for you. So stop, take a breath, be brutally honest with yourself and answer these 3 questions. Where in your life are you moving forward? Where do you need to step back to prepare for something bigger? And where are you standing still without realizing it? These are 3 powerful questions I want you to be just sit with. Remember, forward movement without direction is just wandering. Backward movement with purpose is preparation. Standing still without awareness is stagnation. You have these 3 moves available at all times. The power isn't in the moves themselves, it's in choosing them consciously. So, are you moving forward because that's what's expected or because it's what you need? Are you afraid to move back because of what others might think? And are you standing still because you're being strategic or because you're stuck? It's your challenge. In the comments below, share one area of your life where you need to change your move. Maybe you need to start moving forward in a direction that's not serving you. Maybe you need to have the courage to step backwards. Maybe you just need to break free from standing still. If this message resonates with you, hit that subscribe button, because sometimes the most important thing we can do is stop and think about how we're moving through life. Remember, life isn't about constant forward movement, it's about conscious movement. Choose your moves wisely, and I'll see you next time.